Welcome to Titus Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Today is December the 11th, 2025. We're going to be talking about AEW because we found out who is the new first ever Women's World Tag Team Champions. It was an interesting show. We got 2 championship matches to happen on this show. We got Hangman teaming up with Swerve. Hell froze over because those who are teaming up for the first time ever. We got the Continental Classic still continuing, and we heard that Jack Perry is replacing Darby Allin, but he still has 0 points. Because I think Darby Allin got 0 points when he left of this Continental, when he got injured. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking about, we got Mark Briscoe had a segment because he's going to defend his title at Saturday at Cardiff, Wales, when he defends the TNT title against Daniel Garcia. He talked about Daniel Garcia saying that everybody says I can't win the big one, I can't win a title, but he showed everybody that he could when he beats Mr. Kyle Fletcher for the TNT title. And now Daniel Garcia is saying the same thing, and he wants to prove him wrong, and he's going to beat him at Collision. Wheeler Yuta has to come out and say a whole bunch of words. Dude, you're just a wannabe. You're nothing good. You're just a wannabe. You think you're this tough guy because you're with this tough team. You're like Daniel Garcia. You're just a follower. You're not a leader. You're a follower. You're just a little groupie. That's what you are, Wheeler Yuta. You're nothing. So why you open your big mouth saying that, you shouldn't be the TNT champion. You shouldn't be the face because you have an ugly face. Dude, you're all hairy. Mark Briscoe has a better face than what you have, you Mr. Bigfoot. I don't know what else to call him, but I call him Bigfoot. Because you see that hair, he has a mop hair, and he has all that hair that's covering his eyeballs, and then he has a beard. You can't see the guy's face. So why is he talking about being a face of any company or a network? Dude, what have you been? What AEW champion you been? You been Ring of Honor? Something with Ring of Honor. I forgot what it was. It was some Ring of Honor title. I think it was Television Championship. But he was a Ring of Honor title champion, I believe. So yeah. Why is he talking? Talking about ugly faces. When he has no face because it's all covered in the hair. So yeah. And then he had a whole bunch of things to say. And then Daniel Garcia had something to say. And Mark Briscoe said something to get Daniel Garcia angry. And then it looked like they were about to fight until Mario Shafir and Wheeler Yuta stopped Daniel Garcia and wait for Saturday. So the first match of the evening, we got the Women's World Tag Team Championships to find out who will be the first ever Tag Team Champions. The titles look the same as the men's, but a little smaller. That's what I noticed. I noticed when they first showed us the titles, when they showed us and then they talk about the tournaments, they look like the men's tag team titles. Why do they have to look the same? You look at the AEW Women's World Championship, it doesn't look like the AEW World title. None of the titles look like a copycat with the other titles. Why is the women's title, the tag team titles of the women's, has to be a copycat of the men's World Tag Team titles? I thought the women is winning the World Tag Team titles of the men's. But I forgot FTR is holding those tag team titles. Speaking of the FTR, they're defending their tag team titles next week on a special edition of a holiday Dynamite. 3 hours. Oh my goodness. 3 hours for Dynamite and Collision. They're going to be defending their tag team titles against Juice Robinson and Mr. Austin Gunn. And we heard the Dynamite ring is coming back. The Battle Royal is coming back. I thought it was going to happen on Winter is coming. But no, it's coming on that 3-hour show. So that's going to be interesting to see who's going to be in it. Because MJF is nowhere to be found. Will he be in it or we have a new winner? Will we have a new winner? I have no idea. But ladies and gentlemen, to find out who the women's world tag team champions is, we got Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron, Babes of Wrath, versus Timeless, Toni Storm, and Mina. I forgot what their tag team name is. Timeless, Beautiful, or something? I don't know. But yeah, those two. But ladies and gentlemen, it was a pretty decent match. It was okay. I saw a little botch with a roundhouse kick from Mina, and she missed. So yeah, that was interesting. But ladies and gentlemen, it was an okay match. It was a little slow and a little sloppy. Wasn't a big fan of it, but it was okay. I think they had a better debut of the women's tag team titles because they put in the Elimination Chamber match. More women had an opportunity. 6 tag teams had more opportunities than friggin' just 2. I mean, yeah, 2 tag teams had a chance. When you do a tournament, or do a debut championship, I do multi-man. That more people get an opportunity. But it was an okay match. It wasn't that bad. It was okay. But the winner of that match and your new first ever Women's World Tag Team Champions is Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron. What? They won the tag team titles. Congrats. Harley Cameron wins her first ever championship in AEW. Willow Nightingale, this is her second title in AEW because she won the TBS title, if you guys remember that. I do. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, they won the titles. They are happy. They talked to Renee, talk about how happy they are. And then, ladies and gentlemen, it looked like we might get a heel turn by Mina and Toni Storm. But no, they want to shake hands with the tag team champions and hug it out. And then there was a celebration with that faction, congregation, whatever it's called. Roger Strong wasn't happy. He was in the corner, sulking and crying like a big baby. Because he has 0 points in the Continental Classic. Well, speaking of the Continental Classic, we got Okada versus Jack Perry. Remember, he replacing Darby Allin. Jack Perry's first match in this Continental Classic is against Okada. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it was a pretty decent match. It was pretty good, but the winner of that match was Okada. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Jack Perry landed on one of the camera crew when he got kicked off of the turnbuckle, and he landed on the camera crew guy. And he hurt his leg. So, Okada wins the match. I got yawns. But the rest of the Don Callis family comes out, and it looks like they were about to beat him up until Don Callis stopped him. And then he had he tried to get Jack Perry to be part of this faction. And he wouldn't let Jack Perry breathe. Won't ask him, hurry up and give me an answer. Jack Perry says, there's going to be another sad moment today. I know he didn't say that part, but he said something. And then he tried to beat up all the Don Callis family. There's a bunch of them. And then there was a whole bunch of people attacking Jack Perry in a handicap. Luchasaurus comes out. There was too many of them, so he didn't try to get in the ring until he waited until the Young Bucks comes in and helps Luchasaurus take out the Don Callis family. And then the Don Callis, they left their money in the ring. So now the Young Bucks has the money now. They have the money. But ladies and gentlemen, in the backstage, Don Callis issued a challenge, a trios match. Don Callis family versus Young Bucks and the partner of their choice in the special holiday show they have in Manchester. And ladies and gentlemen, it looks like the Young Bucks was trying to choose Luchasaurus, but Luchasaurus said no, and he points to the locker room of Kenny Omega, and they ask Kenny, there's a lot of money on the line, but Kenny says, I don't want to do this for the money. He says, I will do this for free. To destroy the Don Callis family, he's in. He doesn't want the money, he just wants to destroy the Don Callis family. So, we got the Elite coming back as a team to face the Don Callis family. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have Hangman Adam Page and Sir Strickland versus Powerhouse Hobbs and Shibata in a tornado tag team match. This match started in where the audience is, and even up the bleachers. Up I don't know what you call it. Is it bleachers? I don't think it's the bleachers. But they where the food stands are, they started up there. Well, mostly Sir Strickland did with his opponent, and that was Shibata. And then Hangman was having a little 2-on-1 because Swerve got hurt in that booth. I don't know what you call it. That thingy bobber. But ladies and gentlemen, there was a little 2-on-1 for a little bit. But ladies and gentlemen, the winner of that match was Hangman Adam Page and Sir Strickland. Congrats to them. I don't know what to say about the match, but it was a pretty decent match. But the winner of that match was Hangman Adam Page and Sir Strickland. I just sneezed all over myself. Sorry, guys. I got something in my nose, and it's tickling my nose. Next, we got Mike Bailey versus Kyle Fletcher in the Continental Classic. Pretty decent match, ladies and gentlemen. This was an interesting match. Back and forth. I remember watching Mike Bailey in Destiny Wrestling live. He had a match with Josh Alexander for the Destiny World Championship. The guy's the future. He's good in the ring. But ladies and gentlemen, he made a big upset. He pinned Kyle Fletcher to get 3 points into the Continental Classic. That man did it. He did it. He beat Kyle Fletcher. Kyle Fletcher's still in the lead. I think Okada's in the lead now. But Kyle Fletcher is like in the second. He's the second lead. But now Mike Bailey is on the board. Now I believe he has like one more match, I believe. I don't know. I don't know how many matches he had left. How many people he faced. Because you have to face everybody first. You have to fight everybody and then you go to the semifinals. Because right now, you have to win now. Because you're almost done the first part and the second part is the semifinals. Whoever has the most will be in the semifinals, and that's at World's End. And whoever has the most, they will go in the finals and face the Blue League as well. So we will find that out when that happens. That's when we're going to get to see the finals of the Continental in the at World's End. But Mike Bailey gets the win. Everybody went nuts because he had a big upset victory. Good job for Mike Bailey. We had Samoa Joe versus Eddie Kingston for the World Championship. The winner of that match was Samoa Joe. He retains the title. Eddie Kingston used his heart. He wasn't trying to give up. He was doing everything he could. But ladies and gentlemen, Samoa Joe still wins the match. Retains the title. And ladies and gentlemen, after the show, you got Bryan Danielson talking good about Eddie Kingston and what he done. Eddie Kingston talked to the fans. He loves them, and he's happy that he did it. He doesn't know when is the next time he will get another shot of the world title, so he fought like hell to try to win the title shots, to win the title. It didn't work out, but it will work out one day. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, leave a comment below, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. I am going to fix up my belts again. I bought more tape. I'm waiting for it to get delivered. I got it from Amazon, so I had to wait until it gets delivered. It's supposed to get delivered today. So, yeah, I'm going to try to fix more of my belts. I hope I don't have to buy more tape. I really don't want to buy more tape. I'm hoping that, because my problem I did last time, you had to cut your own pieces, but I cut big pieces, so I took a little too much of the pieces, and but there's a little more bigger rips, so I had to have bigger ones. But the strap part where you put it around your waist, you might not need a lot of that. You might not need a lot of the tape there, but I did it and I messed up. Now I need to figure out how to do this again. I need to do this again. Because I got 2 belts I didn't touch yet. and the spinner belt is not finished, and I missed some spots on the 2 titles I did do. I missed on the straps. I didn't look at the straps. Normally, because you don't see the ribs on the straps, because right now you just see the metal parts. You don't see the inside of the shelf where the straps are. You don't see the ribs, but you will see the ribs on the front. That's what I'm trying to do more and worry about more, because with the spinner belt, when the rib was there, it did not look like a belt, because the inside of the leather, there's blue. It's not supposed to be blue. So that I'm trying to make it black, camouflage with the leather, and then let it be black, and then it will look like, oh, that looks like a championship belt. So that's what I'm trying to do, because that's really hard to. I don't like seeing my belts ripped, because I spent a lot of money on them. In January, after I patch these up, in January, my next thing, after I patch these things up, that's my main goal right now for this month, because it's a cheap tape. It's not cheap, but it's good. It works good. It's just the price is cheap on Amazon. But the next thing my project is for the belts is that I need to get a new display case. I need to find a one that does all my belts, because I still have my Jeff Hardy belt that's in the closet. Is in my closet right now, because I got no room on this shelf. So I can't really do anything with the Jeff Hardy belt. I can't put it anywhere. I don't have another shelf anywhere to put it. So I want to wait until we get another display case to get that belt. So technically I have got like 7 belts, and I need a display case for 7 belts. It's going to be hard to find one, because I can't find one. I look like I have a rhino horde on me. It won't go down. I think I need to put some water on it or something. Every time I sleep, my hair just goes up, and it doesn't go back down. I don't know why. But for some reason, this thing won't go down. It just pops right back up. It's like I have a horn. It goes up when I put it up, but it doesn't go down when I put it down. See, look at that. Why is it like that? But if you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, leave a comment below, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and I will see you guys tomorrow for TNA results. They're going to find out who's in the teams in the steel cage between NXT and TNA. And ladies and gentlemen, I think they're proud of one of their TNA guys that will be on Saturday's main event, and that's Leon Slater. He's going to be on Saturday's main event this Saturday on John Cena's final match. I can't believe it's going to be his final match in a couple of days. We have like 2 more days. We got today and tomorrow, and then we got a couple hours on Saturday, and then we're going to watch his last match. It's going to be emotional for a lot of people. It's going to be emotional for a lot of people, because this guy the kids love the guy. You know that. The kids love the guy. He was the top guy in the PG era. He was like the Barney of the WWE. And now he's leaving, and Barney is leaving. He did wear purple once. So he was Barney, and he was a Kool-Aid man. All the kids' favorite cartoon characters that's colorful, he was wearing those colors. So yeah, it's sad to see. It's sad to see. I was a big fan of him too. I enjoyed that he was doing things for charity, for the community. Will we ever get somebody like that again in the WWE? Or any type of wrestling? AEW doesn't really have that right now. Or TNA. So I don't know, but they can't really replace John Cena. It's hard to replace the guy, because he's the GOAT. So ladies and gentlemen, yeah, it's going to be emotional. I don't think I'm going to cry, but it sucks to see, because he was one of my favorite wrestlers. And he's going to be retiring. Everybody has retired, right? Everybody gets old. Some people can't do this anymore. Some people can't put their bodies on the ground, on the line every time. And sometimes it's hard for the wives to watch that doesn't know anything about wrestling. That's why JDC is retiring, because him and his wife agreed that he shouldn't put his body on the line. That's what it sounds like. And maybe that's what John Cena's doing. And John Cena had a goal that at a certain age he's going to retire, and he's getting to that age. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's hard to say goodbye to your favorite wrestlers, because there's a lot of wrestlers I like Triple H. He retired. Shawn Michaels, he retired. So yeah, it's really hard. Even The Undertaker, Stone Cold, The Rock, all these guys retired. Maybe not The Rock, because The Rock wrestles a couple of times. But he doesn't wrestle every time. But that's all for today. See you guys tomorrow for TNA results. Time is out. Bye.